He is voted top 100 trial lawyer by National Trial Lawyers Association. He's also in the who's who of lawyers and has been given an AV rating by Martindale Hubbell, which involved Mr. Horton's peers giving him the highest legal and ethical abilities. I'd like to give him a warm welcome.
Thank you for
Mr.
having
Dallas
me.
Horton,
I'm
thank
so
you so much
excited.
for being here.
I'm so excited to be here. I appreciate you inviting me as a
Thank
guest.
you. You look amazing.
And right back at you. You look stunningly beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're
This
very
color
welcome.
is perfect on you.
Well, thank you. I went to TCU, and I do love the color purple because I'm a horned frog.
Perfect. So I've always wanted to ask you this. Where does the name Dallas come from? Because you're from Texas, is that?
Well, my dad was in the Navy. My mom's Italian. I was born in Naples, Italy. So
Oh.
my dad was a gigantic Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh,
So
no wonder.
and given that he was a Texan, he had to have the name Dallas or something related to Texas in my name, and it was Dallas.
Oh, perfect. And your voice sounds so soothing. You should be in the radio industry.
Thank you so much. I've always heard I had a face for radio.
Yeah, it's very, very soothing. So
Thank
what
you.
made you get into the law profession?
You know, when I was a little boy, my father was a doctor, and it's a true story. I came home one day and he was crying, and he was worried about being sued. And I promised myself that, you know, if my dad to me was the most important guy in the world, if I could do something to protect and help people that had that feeling, I would. And I spent almost a decade defending doctors. So most people don't know I owned a personal injury firm. I also owned Horton & Horton. I was lead insurance defense counsel for Nevada Docs. Now I just do personal injury work. I really do like to pick my cases, make sure I love what I'm doing all the time. But the truth is I became a lawyer because I saw the effect and the power the law had on others.
Others, especially those who cannot afford. So so tell us about what you do when you get into an accident. What is the first thing you do? Because there's a lot of misconception out there.
If you know you are not at fault, the best advice I can give to anybody is call the police. About 50% of the time when we sign people up and someone says at the scene of the accident it's their fault, by the time you give them a moment, they realize their insurance rates are going to go up and this is going to cost them money. They're all of a sudden telling their insurance company, oh, it wasn't their fault. And that complicates the situation because it involves a swearing match. If we call the police, they will investigate the scene. They will look at the property damage on the road and they'll assess liability and, well, not liability, but fault. That will help you tremendously up the road.
What is the biggest mistake that victims of car accident make?
It's truly human nature. All of us have had a soreness playing sports. And so we hope, because we're good people, we don't want to sue anyone. We hope the pain will go away. So we wait a couple of weeks, and when we just can't bear the pain anymore, we go to a doctor. The insurance industry will use that against them and argue they were not hurt. Had they been hurt, they immediately would have gone to a physician. The next biggest mistake is to fail to notify the police.
Right.
So when you know you're hurt, go to your doctor and notify him and let him do an exam and tell you what he thinks. If it goes away, great. If it doesn't go away, you protected your future.
So what does, I mean, I know you're all over the place. Everybody loves you. I mean, everybody that I talk to, they go, oh my God, he's the nicest guy.
Thank you.
What sets your practice apart from any other law practice here in town?
You know, I believe that what separates us from the rest is we genuinely care. We talk to our clients. And most importantly, I mean, I think my parents made me, and I have to give them the credit, the kind of person that cares about my name, and I take great integrity and honor in my work.
That's the most important thing.
So I don't want to do anything to hurt my name because that would hurt my mom and dad and my daughter. So what's most important to me is I do a good job for my clients so my parents and child are proud of me. So that's truly my guiding light. I don't want to ever disappoint them.
That's amazing. It's such a wonderful thing that you do with the community.
Something I do want to say is often people don't have health insurance and they don't know what to do after an accident. The most important person you're going to contact after an accident is a lawyer, whether it's my firm or another. If you don't have health insurance, they're going to get you to a physician that'll take it on a lien against the case. Also, he's going to notify your insurance company and the other insurance company and not let you speak to anybody without him being present. This level of protection is enormous People frequently trust, someone hits me and they only have a 1530 in coverage.
Right.
Well, my own insurance company wants to talk to me for two reasons. One, they don't want to pay the person who hit me. They want to establish they don't have to. It's not your fault. Two, when they don't have enough insurance, it's that insurance company that pays you. And
Well,
you don't know it.
if I was watching the show, is there a website that I can go to, or
Yeah, we have
a phone number that
we're on Facebook, and we of course are on Google. I have a website.
and you
go
just
to
started
gdallashorton.com.
your Facebook,
Well, my Facebook for my firm
your personal,
has
yeah.
been there for a very long time. I started a personal Facebook about 2 weeks ago. I've always been anti-social media. And I'll be honest, my little girl's in school in Texas, and she said, Daddy, I want to be able to follow you, and I want you to be able to follow my life.
So
and
sweet.
I've always sworn off social media. And
Now you're enjoying it and
when
loving
she
it.
said that, I flew her in and we created my site together.
Wonderful.
And now we talk on Facebook, and I follow her on Facebook and Instagram, and I feel like I was in the dark ages and I missed out on so much of her life because she's been down there for a year, and now I get to see her whole life and I love it.
Yes.
And I get to see my friends' lives and I love it. And I was probably in the dark ages a little bit too long.
And that's the magic of Facebook. I am so glad that you came today. I know you're very busy and you have to go back and you have to be somewhere.
You are too kind. I'm so honored you had me as a guest.
And I'm honored to have you here. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Amazing. Thank you for watching another great episode of FYI with Rowena. I'd like to thank all my guests for being on my show today. Until next time, see you on FYI with Rowena.